Hello and welcome to Badminton Unlimited. The world just witnessed the staging of another historic major event, the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021. And today we bring you all the reaction and highlights from Vantaa, Finland. We begin our review of the World Mixed Team Championships with the group stage. Group A ended with defending champions China claiming top spot. Thailand, who eased past India 4-1, also progressed to the quarterfinals. Host nation Finland finished last but gave their fans a moment to cherish as men's pair Anton Kaisti and Jesper Paul snatched a point from India.
I don't know. It's unbelievable. To get the first win for Finland and against those kind of pair, I can't put words into it.
In the top of the table clash, China came from behind to defeat Thailand 3-2. Supak Jomko and Kitanupong Kedren drew first blood by upsetting their opponents ranked 133 places above them. China were never in doubt of losing the women's singles tie due to the scintillating form of Olympic champion Chen Yufei. But Thailand regained the lead through Kunlavut Vititsan, who frustrated Shi Yuqi with his relentless defending.
ครับจริงๆสไตล์ผมเป็นสไตล์รับก่อนนะครับแต่ว่าพอวันนี้มาเขาเป็นสไตล์ที่แบบแจกมาทำให้เราต้องมีโอกาสบุกมากขึ้นครับเพราะว่าถ้าเราเล่นตามเกมของเขามากเราจะเป็นฝ่ายเสียเองแล้วก็เหนื่อยมากกว่า
China then flexed their muscles in doubles with Chen Qingchen and Jie Yifan outplaying their 8th-ranked opponents in 35 minutes. Wang Yiliu and Huang Dongping completed the comeback with a clinical performance. Over in Group B, four-time winners Korea and Chinese Taipei safely progressed to the knockout stage. Despite an early exit in this tournament, a full-strength German team and a young Tahiti squad had lots to take away from Finland.
This is a good experience, and being in the middle of players like just the German players is really impressive.
I think it was a good tournament for our team. We played two close matches against Korea and Chinese Taipei. Also the scoreline didn't look too close, but in all matches we had some chances.
Korea's drubbing of Chinese Taipei started with Choi Sol-yu and Seo Seung-jae's hard-earned 78-minute victory over Lu Qingyao and Yang Po-han. But world number 8 An Soo-young hardly broke a sweat in cruising past Yu Chien-hui, while Korea's winning point was clinched by Hyo Kwang-hee. The 26-year-old who eliminated Kento Momota at Tokyo 2020 produced another stunning result in crashing Cho Tien-chen.
일단 초 티엔첸 선수가 공격력이 워낙 좋은 선수고 이제 푸트웍이 안정적이다 보니까 일단 저 선수가 먼저 공격하기 전에 내가 먼저 네트 앞을 장악해가지고 공이 올라오게끔 해가지고 내가 공격을 해야겠다라는 전략이었던 것 같아요.
In the remaining dead rubber, Korea relied on their experimental pairings to complete the job. Kong Hee-young and Lee So-hee took care of business in women's doubles, while Seo Seung-jae made his second appearance of the day with Shin Seung-chan in mixed doubles. No surprises in Group C with Indonesia and Denmark topping the table, while NBFR claimed the third spot with an impressive 5-0 victory over a small 6-member Canadian team. NBFR were determined to go home with a W and were helped by a depleted Pan Am team who pushed Indonesia in the tight 3-2 loss in their second group tie.
I mean, we sent a very small team. As you can see, we only have 3 males and 3 females. So it's a little bit different. We have a little bit less, less energy than usual. I mean, for the people that we brought, I think everyone is putting their best out there. I don't think anyone's not going to try.
The top of the table clash was a dogfight. Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo set Indonesia off to a good start before Mia Blichfeld leveled the tie against the 19-year-old surprise selection Putri Kusuma Wardani. Anders Andersen then defeated Anthony Sinisuka Ginting.
I feel really good and I'm really happy with the game. Satisfied, of course. It's my first time beating Anthony. I've lost 4 times, so it was really nice finally to beat him.
With their backs against the wall, Indonesia showed their prowess in the department by claiming the final 2 points in women's and mixed doubles.
Second time of asking, and Indonesia win the tie.
Group D ended with Japan and Malaysia moving on to the quarterfinals. England narrowly missed out after their 3-2 loss to Malaysia. Nonetheless, it was a steep learning curve for the young English shuttlers and the fast improving 6-member Egypt team.
I think after we qualified to the Olympics in 3 disciplines, I think we're getting better. We now qualified in great tournaments like Sudirman Cup and Indo Cup. Yeah, I think the future will be very good.
It was actually my first cap for England, so that overall just means a lot. And to be actually able to come here and play a match, it's just incredible.
Malaysia's Aaron Chia and So Woi Yik inflicted upon Japan their first loss of the tournament after grinding out a 67-minute win over Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi. Akane Yamaguchi met with little resistance from her 23-year-old opponent as she leveled the tie. Then came the most enticing match between Kento Momota and Lee Zijia. It was too close to call until the Japanese fought back from a 6-point deficit in the opening game to avenge his loss at the All England Open in March. Japan then sealed the tie through Nami Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida's steady performance in women's doubles. World number 5 Yuta Watanabe and Darisa Higashino capped off a convincing 4-1 victory heading into the quarterfinals. The TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021 was an historic first for Finland. The 17th edition of the World Mixed Team Championships was the Nordic nations' inaugural hosting of a BWF major event.
It's huge. It's huge. I don't think Finland has ever had something like this, so it's just huge. I hope every Finnish people would watch this and would start to play more badminton, and it would be a bigger sport here in Finland and Europe and everywhere basically.
It also marked a return for the host's national team into the competition since 2007. Buoyed by the home support, the Finnish players relished the chance to pit themselves against some of the best in the world, like Olympic champions Wang Yi Liu, Huang Dongping.
In the second set, of course, we played better rallies, and the first set could have been the same. But they're just so good that it's almost impossible to do anything when we are at our level. But it was really nice to play. The audience was just really positive and cheering, so that felt really good.
Now when you play with the spectators, you feel more alive, and this is what you are meant to practice, and you feel like, and when they are shouting my name during the match or between the rallies, that brings more like, I'm really proud to represent Finland, and I'm really thankful for the support what they produced.
A perfect advert showcasing badminton at its highest levels. Finland hopes the staging of the Sudirman Cup will inspire more to pick up the racket and start smashing away.
If you ask Finnish people, they say that okay, this is like playing on the backyard on your summer house. That's like badminton. So it's nice to show that this is the real badminton, this is the level in the world. Hopefully get younger players to see the sport and experience what it could be.
The quarter-final tie between Korea and Thailand was a topsy-turvy affair. Dechapol Purvaranukroh and Sapsari Teratanachai took the opening point, as many expected, over the scratch pairing of Kim Won-ho and Kong Hee-young. Two giant slayers from the group stages were up next. Kunlavut Vitidsan looked well on his way to another famous victory with a 17-12 lead in the decider, but Hyo Kwang-hee cranked up his vicious attack to wrestle the match back from the youngster. 39 minutes later, Korea were in the lead courtesy of An Soo-young's merciless showing against Porpawi Chochuwon. The underdogs and 153rd ranked Supak Jomko and Kitanupong Kedren then extended the tie with an upset over world number 9's Choi Sol-gyu and Seo Sung-jae 24-22 in the second game.
ก็รู้สึกว่าตัวเองมีการพัฒนาขึ้นครับแล้วก็ดีใจแล้วก็ที่มาแล้วก็มาทำเพื่อประเทศชาติแล้วก็ทำให้ดี
In the deciding marathon that lasted 90 minutes, an incredible fight back from Jongpolpan Kitatarakul and Sapsari Teratanachai saw Lee So-hee and Shin Seung-chan's 19-11 lead in the final game withered down to a single point.
일단 저희는 저희가 계속 하던 대로 공격적으로 좀 플레이를 가져가고 좀 최대한 안 급해지려고 생각을 했는데 점수가 1점 잡히다 보니까 저희도 좀 많이 급해져서 좀 더 조급한 마음이 좀 들었던 것 같아요.
In the end, a netted serve let Lee and Shin off the hook, and Korea were through to the semi-final. The China versus Denmark quarter-final clash was another long-drawn affair. The European powerhouse dealt the first blow with Anders Skarup Rasmussen and Frederik Søjgaard making a comeback from 10-15 down and on a run of 5 straight points to win the decider 21-19. Mia Blichfeldt came extremely close to bringing Denmark to within a win, but Chen Yufei handled the pressure well.
I'm happy, but I'm also disappointed because it could have been so funny to have 2-0 now against China. So
Victor Axelsson put Denmark back in the lead by dispatching an out-of-sorts Shi Yu-chi.
Today I tried not to think too much about a plan. I just tried to play my own game, tried to get as many shuttles over the net as I possibly could, and it paid out, you know.
Chen Qingchen and Jia Yifan, who'd yet to drop a game in the competition, continued their winning streak against Maiken Fruergaard and Sarah Thuysen. Once again, it was down to Wang Yi-liu and Huang Dongping to deliver. Nerves got to them as they trailed 4-11, but the Chinese gradually worked their way to a nervy victory.
今天我感觉整体比赛打得一般吧，就还是比较紧张的。第一局开场之后手比较紧，然后跑不开，然后好在后面可能自己做了一些发调整，然后和搭档及时调整心态，然后上面就扭转过来开始。
Underdogs Chinese Taipei were off to a perfect start with Li Jihui and Yang Po Xuan surprising their higher-ranked Japanese opponents.
第一局的话，我们在节奏的控制上面都还蛮顺的，然后只是因为第二局变成说他们的节奏有放得比较慢，所以变成说球也拉比较高，我们进攻也攻不太死这样，所以变成说后面打比较多耐心的球。
Japan drew level with Akane Yamaguchi, making it 3 wins out of 3 with another comprehensive straight games victory. In the longest match of the tie, Kento Momota spent 1 hour and 22 minutes to see off the stubborn challenge from Cho Tien-chen. Japan showed the depth in their women's doubles squad by pairing Mayu Matsumoto and Misaki Matsutomo. The lethal combination needed just 34 minutes to secure a semi-final ticket for their team.
そうですね、お互い、いいプレーができればいい形になると思っているので、最初は2人とも緊張して硬かった部分あったんですけど、その中でいろんなプレーができたらなと。
The last and longest quarter-final tie was between traditional rivals Malaysia and Indonesia. Aaron Chia and So Woi-yik secured back-to-back wins over Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya Sukamuljo to get the ball rolling.
We are putting so much pressure on the first game, and they are playing not that like their style aggressively, so we took advantage of that.
Gregoria Mariska Tanjung had to fend off a late charge from her opponent Kisona Salvadure to put a point on the board for Indonesia. But Malaysia was soon back in the lead when Lee Zijia defeated Anthony Sinisuka Ginting in a surprisingly one-sided match. There were some nervous moments for Gracia Poli and Apriyani Rahayu as their younger opponents Pearly Tan and Tina Muralidharan saved 6 match points in a must-win encounter for the Olympic champions.
Actually, for me, I just want to end up the game as soon as possible because I don't have money power anymore. I'm not yet that young.
In the final match, Hu Pangron and Chia Yi Si capitalized on Praveen, Jordan and Melati Daeva Octavianti's numerous unforced errors to send Malaysia into the semi-final. It marked their first win in the competition's history over their neighbours.
It's out. Malaysia have done it. They've created history. They are in the semi-final of the World Team Championship.
They're just too happy, yeah. And as you can see, she cried. Yeah.
Ya pasti nggak dipungkiri pasti ada sedikit pressure. Cuma kan mereka juga pasti ada pressure juga. Jadi itu nggak bisa jadi alasan.
Our look back continues after this break as a highly charged Korean team looked to challenge the supremacy of China, while Japan banked on their experience to overcome a young and hungry Malaysian squad.
For myself, I want lost, to opponents especially like this tournament. If I lost to Malta again, it's twice. I lost twice in a tournament.
Welcome back. After 6 days of thrilling action at the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup Finals 2021, it was down to the intriguing battle of the last four. China made it to their 17th consecutive semi-finals when their players stepped out against Korea. Perhaps in a bid to surprise World Number 2's Wang Yiliu, Hwang Dongping, Korea sent out the scratch mixed doubles pairing of So Seung-jae and Shin Seung-chan only for the second time in this tournament.
Unbelievable. Oh, sensational rally.
对，因为临时组合的搭档对我们来说是很大的挑战，因为我们双方不太熟悉，只能针对个别的去做战术，然后所以打起来有一些在一些线路上面，其实我们也是有一点不习惯，只能在场上做一些临时的应对。
As soon as Wang and Hwang kicked into their rhythm, the Koreans stood no chance against the reigning Olympic gold medalists. Shi Yu-chi came up short in his last two matches at the Energia Arena, but against Hyo Kwang-hee, he finally delivered the goods. The world number 10 weathered an opening game loss before taking the next two to open a 2-0 lead for the defending champions.
Brilliant. Well constructed rally.
首先前两场是输了嘛，所以也没什么好想的，因为其实每一场都很重要吧，因为团体赛。我昨天就是上一场也说，就每个人都有就是超常发挥的时候，所以就是不管我水平怎么样，对手水平怎么样，其实在这种团体赛中是相等的，就看谁能放得开，能在临场能发挥得更好。
Korea looked to An Soo-young to salvage the tie in women's singles, but the pressure proved too much for the teenager. Despite a first game triumph, the 19-year-old could not find the composure to deal with the sheer class of Chen Yufei.
That's gone wide. 21-15 deciding game.
아무래도 제가 첫 세트는 랠리를 잘 갔었는데 2세트, 3세트부터는 좀 빨리 끝내려고 하다 보니까 실수가 계속 나왔었던 것 같아요.
The other semi-final tie saw Japan renewing their rivalry with group opponents Malaysia. The second seeds were off to a flyer when the combative game of Takuro Hoki and Yugo Kobayashi caused Aaron Chia Sowoyik to concede defeat in straight games.
今日は予選リーグでも戦った相手だったんですけど、その当たった時にやっぱり自分たちが負けた点っていうのをこの2日間ぐらいでまた修正して今日挑むことができて、その中でやっぱり自分たちの気迫っていうのがやっぱこの後のチームの流れにもつながってくると思うので、どんな形であれやっぱ自分たちは気迫でいかないといけないと思ってたので、それがいい方向に出てよかったかなというふうに思います。
Akane Yamaguchi continued her unbeaten run in the tournament when she made light work of Kisona Salvadore. However, a captain's performance from Lee Zijia threw a lifeline for the Malaysians, his attacking display proving too much for a tired Kento Momota.
I told myself that for myself, I want lost, to opponents especially like this tournament, if I lost to Malta again, it's twice. I lost twice in a tournament. So for my team also, I have to try my best, to getting their fighting spirit back. Yeah.
It was then up to Mayo Matsumoto, Misaki Matsutomo to seal it for Japan in women's doubles. Pearly-Tan and Tina Muralidharan, heroic in the quarterfinal clash the day before, could not prevent the East Asians from marching to their third final in Sudirman Cup history.
It's gone over the back line, and it's the end of the road for the Malaysians.
This is our first Sudirman Cup, and yeah, we've played with a lot of top 20, top 10 players, and yeah, we are really happy that we could get this opportunity to play with them. But definitely there are a lot of room for space for improvement for us, and yeah, we will learn our lessons from each and every game, and yeah, we'll improve on that.
In a repeat of the championship clash 2 years ago, Japan locked horns with China to try and wrest the title away once again. However, the 2019 runners-up were handed a difficult start in the opening men's doubles after Takuro Hoki, Yugo Kobayashi struggled to cope with the power and speed of Hu Ji-ting, Cho Hodong. The Japanese duo did well to bounce back from a first game loss, but could not sustain the pressure in the decider.
Good opportunity.
Well, it's a run of 6 straight points.
Hu and Zhou steadied themselves in the closing points to seal the match and give their team a 1-0 lead.
就是今天整体还是就是打我们自己发挥自己的东西吧，因为其实对手实力也很强劲，包括一直就是会相互的制造困难，就是看谁就是先能把困难给顶住吧。
Akane Yamaguchi quickly restored parity against Chen Yufei in the women's singles and erased the memories of a painful defeat to the same opponent 2 years ago. The world number 5 was coolness personified in the 49-minute encounter, upstaging the reigning Olympic champion in straight games.
Well, 2 years ago, Yamaguchi was distraught after the women's singles when she lost to her opponent of today.
前回のスディルマンカップで同じ状況で試合をして、負けてつないでしまったので、それを同じように、繰り返したくないっていう気持ちと、あとは相手が東京オリンピックの金メダリストなので向かっていく気持ちをしっかり持って试合に臨めたのが胜利につながったのかなと思います。
整次比赛整个过程都比较辛苦，然后比较艰苦，但是我觉得没有把最后做好，然后在刚刚没有守好自己这一分，我觉得很遗憾吧。然后对，就是还是需要继续努力。对。
China were back in the driving seat after Shi Yuqi's offensive plan worked wonders against Kento Momota.
Oh, brilliant!
That is wonderful. Well played.
Ruthless in attack, the Chinese ace left his world number 1 opponent wondering what could have been in his second consecutive defeat.
因为最后一场球肯定要全力以赴，然后对桃田，其实我看他这次苏杯的比赛，其实包括昨天输给李子嘉，我觉得就是因为这种场地啊、球慢，我觉得对他可能就是没有太大的优势，我觉得，所以说，因为他是控球著称嘛，但是他如果没有就是一个很好的去防守的话，我觉得就感觉会自己可能有突破点。
いや、特に今日疲れなかったんですけど、こういう勝ちきれないところが、まだまだ自分の弱いところかなと思います。相手の攻撃力に押されてしまって、ちょっと気持ち引いてしまったところが、範囲かなと思います。
Women's doubles concluded the contest. Despite Misaki Matsutomo and Mayo Matsumoto's valiant efforts to bring Japan back into the contest, Chen Qingchen and Jie Yifan were determined to be the ones securing the winning point for China's title number 12.
It's gone wide, and they've done it. Chen Qing and Xia Yifan.
我觉得技战术的话还是比较简单，就是我们心里的一个状态。因为经过奥运会之后，我觉得我们两个收获了非常多的经验，然后我觉得我们更加知道要怎么样打最后一场球，就是我们心态上面有很多变化和起伏，但是在这一场当中，我们通过之前的失利，包括17年苏杯的失利，我们全部就是激发到这一场来，所以我觉得今天我们两个表现的也非常不错。
Thanks for watching. We have more in store for you next week as we speak to some current Olympians on their recent experience at Tokyo 2020.
Most of the time, pressuring and stress. Yeah, and we never play any tournament in 2 years. That makes a lot of difference for us.
For more original content and real-time match data at your fingertips, download the new Badminton For You app, a one-stop shop for everything badminton. Enjoy the new experience, and we'll catch up next week.